Yeah, so I just recorded a 45-minute video. Within it, I sang, danced, talked, da 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 da. But it accidentally was deleted, and this happened so many times. And I always think that's impermanence. But what was funny was I talked about that in the video. I talked about being the sun, being the light, the illusion, and everything being impermanent. And it's all just a bunch of hoopla. Hoopla. It's all just hoopla. All these words are hoopla. But the illusion is beautiful. And the desires are beautiful. And it was beautiful, and it was meaningful because it was impermanent. And I was talking about death and how nothing ever dies because everything is eternal. And then I'm upset about losing something. That's just how we're functioning. We're functioning on a lose, win, good, bad, yes, no, doo-doo train. It's just how we were programmed. And I was programmed, and it gets down to the impermanence of the physical body and the thoughts and the ideas, you know, the thoughts that float in from all directions. How it's just happening right here, right now, temporarily, and something else will happen again another time. You know, it's happening. Thing always happens. So why even have a problem? Why even feel guilty about anything? Why? For the experience. That's why. You got to. You got to. You got to feel anger. And happen. These happen to me, even though I'm in paradise. I walked in earlier, and there was greenery all around. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It felt good. I could smell the grass. Who's watching this? Show yourself. Anyways, I was just talking to myself. I was talking to myself for 45 minutes, and I was talking about how I have this urge to record so the moment lasts. How this is such a good movie, and that's the same thing that they did to me. Was they showed me how life was for them through the form of art. And art is expression of a particular perspective. Our perception is selective because we only express what we feel. No, 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 no. all of it. It's possible. Because this right here, it won't last. None of this will last. It's just happening to make sense of things now. Me talking, me rationalizing, reasoning, all of this, all just here to make sense of the current predicament. And the current predicament could be anything. But it's this. And they're lessons. See? You know, we record, we document, we use these technologies to expand the moment. The moment expands. You know, it's just whatever. The moment's expanded. An expanded moment is a moment that is worth it. You know, and mostly, usually, the expanded moments are the moments where you're not thinking about it. I mean, you're thinking about it right then, right there. And for me, that's when I'm talking, creating in some form, art, or whatever your art is. Whatever your art is, it's there to be expressed. It's there to be expressed only in the moment. And I've learned this before, but with in different mediums. Like I was drawing, like if I have a dream, then I'm drawing a picture. And I work on this drawing for hours and hours. And then I wake up to find out it was only just a dream. Yeah. And then I wake up to find out that I made a 45-minute long video. And got deleted. That's okay. Because it was for the moment. It was documenting the moment. And it got documented. And it was only there. You're only documenting it for yourself. See? And all this happened so I could think back. So I could think back on what I said, so I can expand upon it. So this is what this is. This is thinking back. That was like a rough draft. And now here we are. In alright, not even gonna call this anything. It's just the track, the train, the circle, the thoughts. Hey dude, saw you at Cloaked Up Click channel, came to check out your content out. Hey, okay. Nice. Welcome. I'm talking about impermanence and a bunch of crazy stuff. Crazy, mind-blowing stuff. And we record things, we express art, we do it for ourselves. We talk for ourselves. We explain for ourselves to make sense of our experience. Now, that's what everybody's doing. Everybody's documenting their experience, trying to prove it, prove their experience. Trying to prove their experience. But the experience, the experience can only be, it doesn't need to be, yeah, it does. It does. It needs to be expressed in order for reality to be developed inside you. And I was on this whole kick of there being no such thing as reality, nothing exists. Outside of the mind, yes, true. And the mind needs the external tools and the environment. No, it doesn't need it, but it's helpful when it's there to use it as means of expansion. This lighting is really nice. Now, you can expand, you'll expand no matter what. You'll expand no matter what. But to work on these technologies, specifically the technology of language that we are running on, usually the technology is running on some sort of device, but it seems like we're the technology running on language. Like language is the battery. You hear words and it sparks. It's a device in which these concepts are able to exist, and that's just art. That's all that is art. Words. Da, 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 da. Your thoughts expressed through language is only that to how another discerns your language intent. Yeah, that's what's that's what's crazy. That's what's crazy is we speak to ourselves. Um, whenever I mean self, I mean what is true expression? It seems like it should expression. If you have your own method of expression, and understand, then oh, you can. How about now? If you have your own form of expression, see, I take all of this so seriously. It makes it fun. Okay, well, uh, I'll just continue. That's what makes it fun. Is that it's impermanent. That's what makes it meaningful. The moment. The language. Sound is muffled. Sound muffled and distant All the sounds are muffled and distant. Wherever I was heading is now far away, distant. The expression is distant. So we express, right? We express. You know, I did have some gum on my mic. Excuse me. So, we talk to others in this language. But this language, that's what the language is for. The language is for communicating with others. And so that's what art is for. It's for telling others what your experience is. And at the same time, it defines what your personal reality is. Your truth, what you see to be true, what you perceive. That's all I'm doing right now. And so if you write, do whatever, express in any way that expresses who you are, it's in order for you to make sense of things you're dealing with. Yeah, everything is subjective. That's usually what I talk about over here, is how it is subjective, but it's objective to the being in which is experiencing. So, art, language, it's all going to be completely unique because we're out here in infinity, okay? We're out here playing around in infinity, trying to, you know, see of its, and every portion is another perspective. And that perspective that's what I was talking about before was the soul flowing perspectives like that. That's what soul is. I would discern what you say in my language of English might not be the intent of how you express yourself. You were saying, yeah, it's all. That being said, does one really know another? Hmm. Well, when it comes to intent, that's exactly what I mean. It's like it's you intend to bring a point, whether that point like to express an argument, pretty much, of what's going on here, of what your subjective experience is, and its conversation is is trying to is our explanations, trying to wrapping our mind around representations. Yeah, just trying to explain things, and that is the intent, and that can be perceived in any way by somebody else, and a lot of the times you'll know when somebody isn't really feeling you. You'll have that judgment. Just just imagination. You're just imagination. Your own being is imagination. Are you my imagination? Or am I your imagination? Are we our own beings? Why is there any separation between being our own being and imagination? Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I would say definitely. Explain that right now. I will explain my perception. So I am experiencing life, and everything I experience is based upon my mind. And you are in my mind. Looking at is in my mind. This room. It is my mind. Same way for you. And you can think farther out, way out into the cosmos. You can go there in your mind. It's all is mind. All is imagination. Really what you perceive it to be. And what you perceive it to be usually is what you believe it to be, and so you just go with the flow. Just watching the show, watching the TV. It will let you know everything that you need to see. All is mind. Press rewind, circle back. Could the mind be of the future? When you set out to do a task, you think ahead and act it out in the now, right? Knowing what the outcome will be before the outcome. when we think about future, we're creating it. We're creating it somewhere, whether we think something that actually ends up happening or something that doesn't happen at all. It happened right then, in the now, in the moment. Like, see, I just thought about picking up that art over there and drawing. Yeah, creating it. Well, creating it, knowing it, power you give yourself. I mean, well, no, no, take that back. Creating it and knowing it is the same thing. Uh, when you create something, it's because you know it. You can only create what you know. You can only You're driving down the road. You see a sign off in the distance. You know as you drive in a few you will be at the sign. When you reach the sign, does that mean you saw into the future before you got to the sign? Okay, so what you're saying is you're driving down the road and you see a sign off in the distance. You know that you will pass the sign and then you end up passing the sign. Yeah, that's, I mean, knowing the future, creating the future. Yeah, totally. You're going into the future. But you're just, the moment is just being, you're just traveling. That's your mind. That's that's the moment and that's the mind. Because the mind is always in the moment, just using its imagination. And that comes, and usually the imagination is based on what you've experienced before, and logic in this world, dealing with logic. So logically, if you saw a sign and then you drove past it, and you think you'll drive past it because you plan on driving past it, that is knowing that you'll drive past it based upon what you know before and knowing what to create and taking that action of continuing to go down the road. That's how it is. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. But the road, the sign, you'll pass the sign, and that sign was only there to tell you where to go in the moment. That's what signs are for. That's what symbols are for. To tell, see, and this completely circles back. Circles back into what I, what the, and the topic was, what was the topic? Is that the sign was only there in the moment to to tell you where to go in the moment, to tell you what decision to make in the moment. It won't matter after because you've already made it. It's already happened. And it didn't matter before. It didn't matter before because it already happened in the future. The mind is amazing and the mind is wild. And it's just imagination. And we say just imagination. It's all a world of our imagination. We're either imagining with our eyes open or our eyes closed. Do you believe part of you exists in the future, guiding you in the now? That entity, concept, has never floated into my aura before. I'll say, so no, I don't believe that. That's a cool idea. But, would that mean that right now I'm guiding myself in the past, my younger self, into the now by thinking about it? Because whenever I have memories, whenever things around me happen that trigger memories, trigger thoughts, trigger ideas, whenever something like that happens, I think that that right then and there is whenever it's being downloaded into me. Like it never actually happened. And so I get that. I get that. It could be. I could be guiding my younger self, creating its circumstances to make sense of now. But it all comes back to now, to what's happening right here, right now, in the present moment, in the experience. It all circles back. Because the circle is now. The circle is the past, the present. If I had a decision to make, emotions govern the decision, right? Yeah. Yeah. The water flows, and the water knows. The emotions know. I don't know how to deal with I don't know how to deal with emotions. I just transmute them, let them flow, let them express. Uh, when it comes to decisions, I'm honestly really not good at them at making decisions because I don't know where to go because I know that wherever I go will be okay and will be all right, and so it just adds even more pressure. Like I'm not upset about making the wrong decision, about maybe making the wrong decision because I know that there is no wrong decision. So, what else could govern decisions rather than emotions? Logic. But hey, guess what? Logic, science, all of that is definitely governed by emotions because you feel like you know that it makes sense. You feel like you know what's going on, and so you make that decision. You feel bad about one thing, so you do something. You feel bad. You feel good. You feel neutral, so you don't make any decisions at all, and you just chill, lay back, relax, feel very good. See, neutral. I said neutral as in being good. Neutral. See, we just like think about that. Neutral is good. Bad isn't negative. Isn't bad. See, it's stuff like that everybody can comprehend, but I mean, the language, it's not like that with the language. But this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with the language. That's why we're all out here flipping out, losing our mind. Uh, could your future self be guiding you through decisions, emotions, like controlling your emotions? Yeah, I guess. Like, of emotions that you had in the past could, will create how you're feeling now. So your future self remembers how you felt now, and that creates it. So are you talking about if the if the self, if I mean like the if you are like if the future self is purposely guiding, because I can't really understand, maybe possibly, if my future self is my future self probably is super powerful wizard that can do something like that, with their will. But I don't know why if they already are in the moment. They're they already are in the moment, and so they wouldn't have to. They were trying to were then, but if they changed how they were in the past, it would change how they were then, and they might not even get to the point where they would be able to guide me here. So I think of it more as it's just happening, like in a nature sense. Like I'm guiding, like I said, like I'm guiding my past self. I'm controlling their emotions, which control their decisions, which control, because that whenever whenever you think upon an emotion, it it will trigger the emotion within you. So you're remembering an emotion. My future self is remembering how I felt 39 minutes ago. Completely distraught, but kind of hopeful. And so the future self then use that emotion to be who it is in the moment, the future. Fear is a big factor of decision making. Yeah, yeah. Fear, anxiety, that's a word that we've labeled it. That's a symbol that we've labeled it. Fear. Fear is a big factor of decision making. Yeah. 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 I mean, for me, it's probably that way because I subconsciously and unconsciously all my life have been programmed to that I might make the wrong decision, and I gotta choose wisely, da da da, even though my conscious mind knows that anywhere I goes will be completely okay. Knows. Blows. The Torrance Garden shows. Now now with the fear, is that still fear? Is that still fear? Yeah, it's unconscious, subconscious fear, which will govern your decisions. Now, I think that fear is it's it's not always what will govern the decisions. Of course, like you said, any emotion can govern a decision, but uh, yeah, fear is a large factor. And where was I going with that? Science is flawed. Yeah, I mean, science is flawed because science is observation, is observing, is saying that reality is what is observed, but we already know that reality, that's there's more than that. There just is. You can't observe everything. It's, I mean, all reality is what's observed, and it's completely chaotic. So could I be? Yeah. Well, how does one prove theory with fact? Right? There's a problem. Fact used to be theory. So with that in mind, to what point is theory actually fact? Well, theory would be theory would be a tested hypothesis, and a hypothesis would be a idea. So a tested idea. How does one prove a theory with fact? There's a problem. Fact used to be theory. Yeah, yeah. So if that is that a problem, or is that just a perceived problem through means of language? Probably. Now, there aren't. Yeah, what all a fact is an agreed upon theory. Yeah, but yeah, so it was proven by previous facts. It's wild. Yeah, and then how far back can you go with uh with the facts? How far back is the facts? Facts are just, yeah, it's just it's it's what we know to be true. Know to be true. Could there be infinite timelines with you on a fractal plane? Yes. Welcome. Thank you guys for usually people don't watch my live streams and interact. So thank you. Yes. That is what I talk about on this channel all the time. All the time. All the time. Most videos. I mention infinity, fractal, dimensions. Yeah, there's infinite, and this is in the mind. Just that we're able to think about a certain possibility where a certain world exists, where I have a red shirt on instead of a purple shirt, that made it happen. That it made it happen, and I just experienced it just by thinking about it. So you don't even have to prove that it physically exists out there, because the proof is in the observation of the thought. Is the thoughts we have about our observations, our perception. The only facts are human facts. The only reality is a subjective reality. Infinite, but timelines, yeah, same sort of thing. Same sort of thing. And probably we can get really intense with it. And, you know, we're creating those timelines here, right now, thinking about them. Or I just created a new timeline where I was created by another timeline. My future self, possibly? Yeah, somewhere out there in the imagination, just the mind. Isn't what's fear limits one's future expression? That's a good expression. Fear fear is usually an agreed upon thing that sucks, but maybe fear is great. Maybe fear maybe fear helps us. All right, how about I go over there? Fear limits one's future expression. Yes. Isn't what's observed the result of a weave created? Oh, a weave. Weave. I started thinking about like weaving the fabric of time or something like crazy something that doesn't some crazy something. Uh, but yeah, of what we have created. Yeah, it's like we create it, we observe it, we expect it to happen. And all these scientists, they discredit the imagination, they discredit the placebo effect. It's just a placebo, but like, just a placebo, that's proof that you can heal yourself by believing that you're being healed. I mean, come on. Yeah, what's observed is what's created, what's believed. Now, I believe that I'm at a point, and so are you, where we can believe absolutely anything. We can believe in any of these timelines, and we can actually maneuver ourselves into that timeline through our mind. Because all is mind. Mentalism. How would you explain deja vu? There is a theory out there that says deja vu is a message saying that you need to, uh, you need to be more in the moment. Sure, maybe. But I like the majority, not the majority just don't freaking like, but a lot of people, uh, it I just think it has already happened before. It's there's no The whole deja vu thing is living within the concept of time, as if there was a past, as if there was a as if the past is separate from now, as if the future. It's just I think it's just saying like it's just a little saying that that's happened before. It actually has happened before. Yeah, deja vu has happened before, and it will happen again. The moment. The moment has happened before because it is the moment, and the moment is all that is happening. Ah, okay. Looks like I'm gonna stay. Stay expressing for you two people. You two people. Any more questions? I'm just, I feel better about the impermanence. And yeah, so we look, we think it's so important, um, but it's only important to us. That's what gives a life meaning. Is believing that something is important. Anything can be important if you believe that it's important. And the art, the expression, right then and there for me, right here, the moment is so important. And that's why, if I were to die, I would be sad. Because I'm attached to this moment. I'm attached to the suffering. Or am I? No, I'm not. I'm attached to nothing. See? I can just see what I'm doing here is I'm changing my beliefs. I'm like just like saying, since I'm working in this language so much, I'm able I am able to just say things and just be like, yeah, okay. Oh, okay. And here's the thing. What if that's what all of this reality is that we're living in with science, health, all this is just people just said things. They just yeah, this is what I believe. People just said things and they said it over and over and over and then it and now this is what it is. That's reality. Reality is the word. Is was the word. Was the vibration. All is vibrations. All is vibes. All is sound. A program. Yeah, it's a program. It's a television show. Just so we made TV is like a fractal, like a meta, like we are the TV and the TV is the meta TV, the meta program. And we're programmed with our, we're programmed into, we programmed the thought form that is society, that is culture, that is reality, that is the earth spinning around the sun and made it happen by believing in it. And then it programmed us. And it programmed us. And now here we are. It backfires. What a bee's like. What the breeze is like. The breeze is breezy out here. It's breezy out here, man. So how does one unprogram? Good. I've been on a, a like frenzy of just programming is falling away. But here's the thing. You don't have to completely unprogram. You don't. You're programmed by this reality for a purpose, for a reason. Like infinity needed needed to check it off its checklist. Infinity needed to have a bunch of perspectives, put a bunch of energy into a thought, and let it expand because that's just what we're experiencing. And you were programmed, I was programmed, we were all programmed, and now here we are. So it's the duality, like the program, the thoughts, and the thoughts of the self. There's no there's no difference. It's the masculine and the feminine. You merge them. You merge those thingies, those thought forms. You just you just balance, center, neutral. Oh yeah, I had my I had my pinky over I had my pinky over the speaker. Yeah. So yeah. So you didn't hear any of that? I'll try to say it again. How do you unprogram? You don't have to unprogram. You're programmed. Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me now? So yeah. How do you unprogram? You reprogram. You can just add to your programming. Like the programming, it'll always pop back up. See, I want to say I'm not even apt to speak on this, but I'm in the process. Like it's just happening. I'm just noticing. You notice the programming. See, this goes back into science. Quantum, quantum in quantum physics. It's like if you are aware of something happening, it will still. Like it's moving around, but once you're aware of it, it'll be still. Like we close our eyes and everything is all flowing all over the place. Once we open it, it's still. And it's like that with meditation and the thoughts. Just become aware of the thoughts, of the desires, just like of the breath. Become aware of the breath and the thoughts were still. Da da da. That's just the basic thing that everybody's always saying. Become aware of the programming, and it will drop if it doesn't suit you. The way I do, the way I do it is speaking, talking right here, thinking. Because it's just like this is the programming that's happening. Like I was programmed with all of this. I was programmed. This is what's wild. This is wild. I was programmed to believe that I was programmed. I was programmed to want to make a YouTube video. Programming is always going to be happening. What'd you say about nihilism? Yeah. So, what do you guys think about my spiel? My spiel on what I just said. Uh, yeah, man. I am in 11th grade. I am very young. Very young and programmed, brainwashed by people on the internet, uh, my family, my friends. Oh, yeah. I'm noticing how much lately I just don't even care about like what they think or say because it's like anybody, what anybody thinks or says, like because I've been programmed just by being around them. My neurons have like mirrored them, and it's made it so I care. It's like humans are just built for these large social groups, and they depend on one another's approval. You don't gotta depend on people's approval. And I was brainwashed to think that you don't have to. I was programmed, brainwashed. No, no, brainwashing is unprogramming because you were programmed. You were the brain, the YouTuber. Should I look it up? Should I look it up, or will I be disappointed? You know what? I'm gonna look it up for you because I'm so happy that they're streaming. Good. This one sucked. Okay. Um, cool. Listen, I'm just giving my opinion. This YouTube shut can get to anyone. You're young, impressionable, cool. This right away. What do you mean can get to anyone? And yes, I have already gotten carried away, and I'm floating in the stars in the sky. But I'm balancing. I'm balancing in realities. See, I'm not going too far in any certain direction. I'm not losing my mind here because all is mind. I'm balancing between the consensus reality, the thought form, the mass thought form, and the reality I am creating, becoming an individual. And yeah, sure, college, whatever. I'll go to college. I'll go to college. I'll do it for the experience. I'll do it. I'll do it to say how much it sucked. I'm not going to use this. There are too many times that I have to type in freaking passwords, usernames, and Wi-Fi networks. Screw all that. That is the illusion. They're trying to, tell you that you're this username and password. You're not your username and password. He has a food and forethought. Oh yeah, so I wasn't gonna look up the guy. Okay, you know what? You know what? You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it because I'm curious. I'm not gonna do it later. I'll do it because I'm curious. And you know what? You can watch me do it. You can watch me do it because I am amazed that anyone is actually watching my YouTube. Don't steal Wi-Fi, guy. Oh, I was typing in my phone number. See, I get all these codes confused. Connected. It says it's connected. Oh, ooh, yeah. I was gonna do a live stream. I was gonna do a live stream earlier here. Oh yeah. So, nah, I'll do it right here. His name is Ryan. No, Rain. Rain Griffin. Rain Griffin. Oh, I've seen this fool. Defender of Sanity. Oh no, yeah. Yeah, no, he's great. I think I actually saw one of his videos before. What should I... Oh, here. Since you said I sounded like him, I'm gonna subscribe. And turn it up. And now I'm gonna... Which video? Tell me which video. Oh. No. Video. Playlists. Let's see. I'm gonna judge a book by its title and just find a title I like, and I'm gonna make a commentary. Yo, so magic.
You are alone in a serene woodland, and a spirit takes you.
Oh shit.
Spirit takes your fancy.
Yeah, it does sound like me.
Takes your cares away. Takes a little of your breath away.
Yeah, I don't know if you've listened, because you're new here, but I don't know if you've listened to my music. I know Fractal Truth has, but yeah, I do that. I sound like that.
And you total in a kind of night and day where everything that you have used to understand your place in the firmament is rearranged in the twinkle of an eye.
Ooh.
And in the twinkle in your eye.
The twinkle in your eye is rearranged in the firmament.
And in your father's eye before you, and in his father's before him. It is a deep and melodious sound which escapes your lips. When first and again you sit in the bowery of your family temple.
That's crazy. I take all this so seriously.
Of the Son of Man. Man who through many houses walks.
Man.
Lost feet to his crown.
Wow. From his feet to his crown.
Sails the souls of the earth up through his blood. And up through the blood of all of his mothers. And up through the electrical pulse of the blood of cosmos itself. To the first beating heart of the first relationship between man and himself.
Whoa.
Woman and herself.
Whoa. Herself. Man
Which
herself.
comes down to us still with perfect fidelity. flame of us had been engendered, the most sacred of flames. A flame around which all of heaven and earth drifted, entranced, as lightning to the earth, as the orbs of the night to the germinating seed, or to a silent beat of the hour, of a prick.
This one's too. Does he have any less intense videos? Oh, man. Yeah, that was me. That's like the freaky places I bring myself to. In my words. Here, most recent.
Put my arms out, expect a bird or an eagle, and I get a jet airplane, which thankfully isn't leaving chemtrails. We'll take that as a good sign. And then right over the north of the circle. Worked hard on this one. Got a bit bloody. The most rewarding circle I think I've ever done. It was a few months actually before I did a series of river circles. It's a special place to me, so it's my walking stick over there. I'll take a little tour of the circle, I guess. I wasn't going to put it on camera, but I guess I just can't stay away from the fame of the Rain Griffin channel. The fame and notoriety. How exciting is that, eh? So these, if you're interested,
he's got 7.
Not everything's as well lodged as it could be, but I started to go for shape, size, weight. Some stones are fairly flat, and I'm going to experiment. I don't think, like this one, it should take too much to get it to remain through the flood months, is what the goal is. Whereas other stones, which lend themselves to like certain lateral figures here, I have to bury a bit deeper, and they're probably the most suspect as far as getting thrown about. But you notice the stones in the river aren't getting tousled, and the current remains roughly the same, I'm guessing. Just the volume
I see stuff
change.
like this and I'm just amazed with anything I see.
I mean,
because absolutely everything I see is amazing.
Opinion, but that's what I'm going with today. My client's leaving.
Yeah, there's 4 people here. What's up, guys? Do you have any? Oh, global pollution? Lying? Yeah, that sounds something. Can you recommend me something? Can you recommend, yo? Also, I'm gonna subscribe to all you guys if I haven't.
Mighty roots. And man has proven capable of ripping out those roots by the millions. This entire island, probably 500,000 square miles or more, has been logged. I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset about that because anything that people do represents a mentality that can be improved. It is the inability to improve one's mentality that is the true critical error and sickness in the white man and in all mankind. White man typifies it, but lots of other people do. It's a disease that floats all over the world and it's communicable through the air. It's a pollution. Before there's any pollution, there's the pollution of the mind of man. And that pollution is primarily created by a loveless world, lovelessness. And lovelessness begins, and you get gutlessness. And gutlessness prevails, and you get mindlessness. And mindlessness prevails, and you get ambivalence. And ambivalence prevails, and you get mindless labor. And the improvement on one's character is replaced by the performance-driven world.
What?
Look what people do for money. Look what people, I watch it every day. I meet rich people and poor people. Look what people do for money. when people, I've noticed, I spent time
what people
with men
do, what entities do for energy.
got a physical disability and got on disability. Everyone's disabled, but got on it and stopped working. And is now able to launch into the steady improvement of his mind, but it will take him years. Take him many, many years to do that, if he'll even ever really begin that healing journey. Yesterday we walked along here, and I'd like to think he began that journey a little bit, or at least another leg of it. But I can't walk beside someone. I'm not going to hold people's hands. I have my own lovelessness to deal with. But my videos are an act of love. They're an act of love.
Same. My videos?
In a loveless world.
My videos are an act of love.
These trees are loving.
Of myself.
They're not very good company if you're into a lot of conversation. But nonetheless, they do have a lot to say. And what they say is worth more than most of the conversation you'll get from other human beings.
Talk to yourself.
Not because that's the way it should be, but that's the way it's become.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no malice at a branch falling on my head. If anything, it might be some good. For every man that ever took a chainsaw to this bark, having never established a relationship,
you retracted a message
with a tree, and with any tree.
You retracted a message because you didn't want to recommend me a lecture.
For the trees of one's childhood, which look after our children.
Disappointing.
Where do you think so-called angels come from? They're not heavenly in the Christian sense, and they're not angels. They're the spirits of the earth, and they can take human form. They have taken human form in you.
I feel so not real right now.
You have entered into a loveless world. And
I can't even understand anything he's saying.
Fire has gone out. Fire of love has gone out on planet Earth. And it will not come back.
Why do you delete all messages on all streams? And I do not feel real at all. What is real? I know that I'm completely living in my imagination, and that's what's funny. That's proof right there. Proof experience that I'm living in my imagination. That is possible.
The speaker talked about back in the 1930s, they started a seven-pronged attempt to instill
that you're doing it too.
Communism and whatever people have thought was liberty all over the world through regionalism, gradualism, the Hegelian dialectic, semantic wordplay, monetary control, financial fraud, corporate fraud. But the thing is that religion and finance and war and medicine are all the same thing. That's why they breed. They're not Jews, by the way, but they breed people. Some of them are called Jewish, to give them latent, high verbal capacity to work with the very sophisticated distortion of language that is at the top of law, medicine, the military, politics, and every subject in the world. The so-called Ashkenazi Jew. But this is a latent property within the mind of man. Man is a talker. Language is something that all Semitic peoples have enormous capacity with by birth, and by that I mean all of mankind. When a Jew claims that he's a uniquely Semitic person, right, he's lying. And all
he's talking about Jews.
All law, all medicine is lying. All subjects are lying. It's all lies. Everything is lies. In a world where that is as loveless as this, it's all lies. You need love to tell the truth. You have the courage to tell the truth. You have the development.
Are you embarrassed to be here?
Now, you take any individual in the world, either they're a psychopath or an idiot, or the people they work for are, or both. And at the end of the day, it might as well be either one. It becomes effectively equivalent. Because if you are mindless and gutless and loveless, and you work for an organization with someone who is manipulating, and who's working for someone else who's manipulating things, and is used to it, as much as you might be used to stepping on an ant, then every single person in that chain, right, bears the dishonor. That's the bank teller, that's the receptionist in the medical office, which are all paramilitary organizations. They're trained by the same people who train soldiers through incredibly sophisticated uses of authority, language, and conditioning. And I think that's all culture in the world is.
What's real culture?
The use of their cortex. You know, training animals. Pavlov, B.S. Skinner, Whitehead, all these people, and they've admitted this in very old documents that people weren't supposed to find. Training, getting into the emotional centers, conditioning, animal training. That's what you went through. That's what I went through. Yeah.
What's
yes.
the
That is true. And it's created a loveless world full of biological automatons that still retain a spark of their soul.
How else could it be, man?
Been rendered.
How else could it be?
And that's why a lot of people are becoming, for a lot of emotional but also chemical reasons, we're getting more homosexuality, we're getting more homosexual propaganda, right? Everyone in the news industry, if they make any money, has been sodomized or raped on some level. That's why they're all gay. Gayness.
This guy straight up.
Either in the womb or out of it. That's what it is. It used to be
I can't help from conspiratorial thinking. I try not to do
and
it.
this will keep coming. The pirates of old, the Phoenicians, the reason they have the one eye is because they use the old one eye to sodomize people. And all of the metaphysical world, which is all the military, medical,
Yeah,
scientific
no,
world.
I know what you mean. I was just
Okay?
kidding.
It's founded on this culture of if you want to get up anywhere in the world, you have to be sodomized.
That's what this entire video was a reaction video to how I accidentally deleted a 45-minute video that I made that was a masterpiece. And I've actually all the greatest videos I've ever made I did. Yeah, and it's really disappointing. It's really disappointing. Yeah, but this fool out here, he's talking about Jews, gay people, the school system, sitting at a river.
It's a kind of sodomy.
I talk about rivers in a metaphorical sense.
Vaccination is a kind of sodomy. Culture is sodomized. People everywhere are sodomizing their children. People have been sodomized. And what it does is, whether you actually penetrate the anus and create that one-eye system of humiliating a part of the mind that becomes dormant and dictates beyond a veil which no man will ever penetrate. A highly compatible cortex that is able to justify anything of the society around them. So it's not like this started in the 1930s. This has been going on for thousands of years. Thousands of years. And it's not going to be solved in my lifetime. In fact, it will never be solved. And I've often said in my videos, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. It's lost. The game is lost. The war is lost. It's over. Forget the conspiracy theories. They just own everybody. They just own everybody. Someone said to me today, a decorated journalist that I was having coffee with, and said, how did they get the soldiers to do 9/11? I said, well, that's what Americanism is for. Right? Americanism began as a religion. And a religion is about lying and doing whatever you're told. They needed to keep the religion going. Right? That's what they trained them to do. And all these higher ranking individuals. And he tried to tell me that wasn't true.
Nothing is true. Man.
People, they can't hear that. And it's part of how the gutlessness has gotten into the blood. And so they don't want to hear. They'll never, I've lived around psychopaths like that. They will never hear anything that will improve their mind as to the actual scale of what's going on around.
I'll tell you who that is.
Genocide, the quiet inquisition.
Everybody.
You can just spend weeks on vaccines.
Everybody.
Weeks on vaccines. But the bigger question is, why do people let this happen to them? Why don't they have the courage to advocate for themselves? I will.
Everybody.
I will do that. But I'm burdened by the fact that I live in such a gutless society. So I cannot enjoy the company of anyone. I can't enjoy the company of another man or woman because they're domesticated. They've lost the spark. They've lost that intelligence.
Got a question. Precognition. What is my point of view on precognition? I'm Googling that word because I don't know what it means. Precognition. Foreknowledge of an event, especially foreknowledge of a paranormal crime. Yeah, that's cool. That's definitely cool. Pretty cool. The preliminary examination of witnesses, especially to decide whether there are grounds for a trial. Yeah, so that's pretty much knowing the future, right? Like, so it would be an ability. Oh, dang. Cool. Who is that? I don't know, but I love comic art. See, Google Images is dangerous. You look up precognition and then you find, just keep going. So yeah, precognition. I look at precognition as seeing, like, as creating the future. Like, you think about something and that manifests it. It's not seeing into the future. But I mean, I guess it's the same thing. It's just two different ways to label the same thing. Like you'd be labeling, you could say that I saw into the future or I created the future. that's all based upon how much you believe in, like, I don't know, you like believe in the illusion of free will. But we all are. Yeah, there is no, yeah, I mean, there is no future. So how could you see into the future? There is no past, so how can you see into the past? It's all just tripping out in the moment. You're just tripping. 13 cosmic law, astrology mentioned it, others manifesting through your consciousness. Now, 13 cosmic law, if he mentioned it, it's probably real in his reality. I mean, I no doubt that, okay, anything that's out here that people are saying is real, like, I believe. So what? Why not? But 13 cosmic law, 13 cosmic law, he said that if you get bit by a rattlesnake and then you say and you believe that that rattlesnake did not bite you in your reality, you will be in that reality where you never got bit by a rattlesnake. Now, if he's actually on that level, or if that's an exaggeration, I mean, both are really cool, even if it's an exaggeration. Others manifesting through your consciousness. What do you like? What does that mean? Precognition, how to develop precognitive abilities. But do I really want to see the future like that? I already flip out. I don't even want any of these sort of abilities because, like, I can barely function with the abilities that I have. You have precognitive dreams. I have those. See, I think it's manifestation. I think it's creating the future. You suddenly become anxious prior to an event. That happens to me all the time. Your intuition intensifies suddenly. Deja vu is a common occurrence for you. You know things that haven't been explained to you. Now, that's just tapping into ancient wisdom. Keep a journal and write down your dreams and visions, okay? Take note of your deja vu moments. Don't ignore your gut feelings. See, I can never tell the difference between gut feelings and, like, judgments. Like, how some, like, things I've just been programmed, like a way that I've been programmed to judge things. Precognition, co-creators. But if you start breaking down the moment, well, then you will have some fun. Because actually, time isn't, well, you actually feel it in your. That's a gut feeling. Yeah. Yeah. It's whenever I mix, like, whenever I have, like, too much coconut oil, or, like, mix, like a lipid and, like, an acid fruit, and, like, stuff like that. I'm kidding. No, I know what you mean. Everybody's got that intuition. For me, I feel like my intuition conflicts. Like, there's multiple intuitions. Like, maybe I have multiple intuitions. Like, could you have multiple intuitions? I'm gonna Google that. I'm gonna Google multiple intuitions. Because I'll be having a gut feeling that says, go this way. And then it'll say, go this way. Oh, I thought it was the tacos. So you made the same joke that I did. Or I made the same joke you did. It's the chakra, isn't it, Fractal? In the gut? Yeah, boy. Sacral. Sacral chakra all day. Yeah. Or no. Yeah, yeah, but which is the gut? Which chakra is the gut? The first, second, or third? I'd say the second. So that'd be that orange chakra. And the orange chakra is all about the creativity and the sexual, like basically just anything creative, pretty much. So you're creating an idea, I guess. But I mean, you can't just define a chakra with a single word. It has so much more. Uh, who's GC? CW. I wanna go hang out with you guys, cause you care. See, I didn't even get to this video yet. Manifest your dream car, house, wealth, lover, etc. How to program the universe and get what you desire. This stuff's amazing. I'm so glad I came across this stuff. You'll bounce back and forth. All right, I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this up. I really would have. I usually don't do videos that are an hour and 37 minutes long. Um, but there are actually people watching, so and it brings out whatever brings out my. I think I'm extroverted, okay, but I spend a lot of time alone, and so what I try to do is to try to express myself. Here, we're gonna.
Yo, my name is Lloyd and welcome you back to 13 Cosmic Law Astrology for some more life codes and information. You know what I'm saying? I'm also broadcasting to you on behalf of 13
Let's go to
Pieces.
45
They
minutes
will
in.
step on your pearls. Don't give what is holy to the dogs. In the Bible, dog is a terminology that we use in theology in reference to demons or that which is contrary to God. God, G-O-D, turn it upside down, spell it backwards, D-O-G, dog. If you look in which is one of the first original spiritual systems of Kemet, the land that they now can, you will see that Siberius was that multiple, they guarded Hades, hell. He was the guardian of pieces. They will step on your saw an improvement that he got. The 13 sons saw an improvement that he got.
I just never been this far into the video.
Check out his sourcing. Check out his channels, man. You know what I'm saying? I love you, Hotep. Until next time, Tech My 2. It's very important that you survive, man. It's very important that you survive, God. And I call you God because you know thyself. Start going within. Go within. Look, go within. Develop what's inside of you. I ain't telling you shit. I'm just reminding you.
Fuck.
That's it. I'm igniting what's dormant inside of you, what's already inside of
That's
you.
good shit. That's good shit.
The synchronicity is there. You hear something that resonates with something that's inside of you.
I feel it.
It resonates. That means it's something that's inside of you, and the words is resonating inside of you.
Hold on, did you just hear that? I just said the words. I just said the words, and then he said words. That's too much.
There's a residence. There's a place inside of you where everything that I'm saying already exists. It's just dormant. It's covered up in all kind of density. It's just piercing that shit. It's piercing through the density. It's piercing right through the heart chakra. It's hitting you with the truth, and it's the seeds are being planted, and you seeing it every day. People, people every day. Kishi, you know what I'm saying? Goddess Kishi 32. You know what I'm saying? She started doing videos, conscious videos. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
That means it's something that's inside of you. And the words is resonating inside of you. There's a resonance. There's a place inside of you where everything that I'm saying already exists. It's just dormant. It's covered up in all kind of density. My words is piercing that shit. It's piercing through the density. It's piercing right through the heart chakra. It's hitting you with the truth, and it's the seeds are being planted, and you seeing it every day. People, people every day. Kishi, you know what I'm saying? Goddess Kishi 32. You know what I'm saying? She started doing videos, conscious videos. You know what I'm saying?
Goddess Kishi. Wait. Goddess Kishi 32. Ah, of course. See, I couldn't understand what he said. Goddess can see? Can see? Ah, no. It's a lost cause.
Astral Social the great start doing conscious videos. Another dude called Lord Gavinston start doing videos. Now I have to watch him.
Lord who?
For a little bit. I said, man, I'm gonna watch you, man, because you put the Lord on your name. I'm gonna see if you show improve. You know what I'm saying? That you got. You know what I'm saying? Dupe is showing improvement that he got. Z infinity. You know what I'm saying? You see, I see it every day. I go on TV, I see it every day, man. I go on YouTube every day, man. I see it, man. Celestia M, I see it every day, man. I see it every day. I'm seeing it every day, man. People are starting to wake up. People are starting to share. People are starting to stay in consciousness long.
What year was this?
The objective is to stay in consciousness.
This is so long ago.
It's to stay out of the unconscious. It's to stay in the conscious mind. That's the objective. To stay conscious. Watch my video, unconscious versus the conscious mind. Because the more you conscious, the more you're God. You want to talk real quick, this is how ascension works. First, you evolve into a greater state of consciousness. First it's like, you become conscious that you can actually fly. You become conscious that you can actually teleport. So you evolve into a greater state of consciousness. And then Carl Newton said that where your attention goes, your energy flows. So if you put more attention into the paradigm, a paradigm is like an ideology. It's a belief. It's a mental construct or a framework. You know what I'm saying? It's like an architectural design of a mental framework, a consciousness. It's like a paradigm. It's like a belief or ideology. So Christianity is a paradigm. Islam is a paradigm. Us being Moors, Moor navigators, that's a paradigm. The Nephilim consciousness that I navigated for you, that's a paradigm. I am Nephilim. I am giant. I ain't no midget. The Lion of Judah consciousness, I said put to death the sacrificial sheep and give birth to the Lion of Judah. Judah consciousness, that's a paradigm.
How does he know all of this? Tapping into that ancient wisdom. That's all that's happening. Is tapping into that ancient wisdom. Man, I'm tired. Ugh. I'm gonna peace out. Peace out.